Hello, my name is Simon, and this is the Retro News Roundup. To usher in the new year, how about the positive news that Good Old Games, a site selling older titles, is claiming it'll preserve at least 500 games through its new program by the end of 2025. It's called the Good Old Games Preservation Program, where the site aims to improve titles and then give them an official stamp, showing that they are fully compatible with modern systems. This isn't something a platform like Steam actually offers, and is a great step forward in the sadly still quite rocky game preservation landscape. Second and finally, a new release from Bitmap Books is always something to celebrate, and it released another one as the year closed, this time one looking at the pixel art of the Game Boy Advance. A copy will cost you £30 and is titled the GBA Pixel Book. As usual, there were some Arcade Archive releases for PS4 and Switch, 3 this month, and they were Warrior Blade, City Bomber, and Viper Phase 1. Nintendo System then exclusively received Taito Milestones 3 and a quartet of egg console titles: Aquapolis SOS, Dragon Slayer The Legend of Heroes 2, Babylon, and Riglass. Switch Online players can also now complete the Donkey Kong Land trilogy, with the third game in the series being added to the service, and you can also now play the original Game Boy Tetris and the superlative colour iteration Tetris DX. The PlayStation Network in comparison received re-releases of Jak and Daxter The Precursor Legacy and the first 2 Sly Cooper games. Then there were 2 multi-format releases, Archer McLean's Drop Zone 40th Anniversary Edition and Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered, both landing on Steam, Switch, PS5 and Xbox. Next, 2 Evercade carts were released, Toa Plan Arcade 4 and then a double pack of Metal Dragon and Life on Mars. And no, the latter sadly has no connection to the weird British time travel cop show. More's the pity. And last for this segment, Antstream added 3 Disney games to its streaming service: The Lion King, Aladdin and The Jungle Book. Evercade maker Blaze announced it's to collaborate with SNK on new Neo Geo related products this year and into 2026. This will likely be new carts of course, but there may be some hardware spin-off items too. Would such a possibility be unlikely, and just something I'm throwing out there so I have something to fill this section? I'll let you decide. Absolutely loads of Homebrew came down the chimney in December. This included the usual ton of 8-bit home computer titles with 4 Commodore 64 releases: Santa's Workout 4, Soiled Iron, Captain Ishtar 2 and the Pretzelves. To continue the theme, there was a quartet of ZX Spectrum games: Hafoc Tor, Heartlight, Skynet and Plain Lazy, as well as a trio of MSX titles: Sorcerer Kid Adventure, Catbox and the Goonies Enhanced. Finally, on the 8-bit topic, the Amstrad CPC had 4 games developed for it: Kolotok, Crook, Tarzanet and Don't Touch My Eggs. The character in the latter, distressingly, reminds me of Greg Wallace. Non-UK viewers should be glad they don't know who that is. Trust me. Moving away from 8-bit, the Amiga got a ridiculous number of releases in December. I counted no fewer than 7. They were Revenge of the Grinch, Sybil Halloween Defender, Ami Robo 2, Santa's Present Drop 4 Grunch's Revenge, Sapermania, Stardust Wars, and Yump. Then to round things off, 8 games for various formats. You ready? Let's go. Dungeonette, the new adventure, explored onto the Amiga AGA CD32, Faster sped onto the Atari STE, Rough in Trouble barked up the Atari XLXE, Sam.PR Explorer discovered the MSX2, Escape from Peshki Castle liberated the Commodore PET, Alien Intruder surprised the MS-DOS, Pacific Air War dove down onto the VIC-20, and finally Katango prowled onto the NES. To start, a prototype of Team SAS on the Xbox finally has been preserved online, with the game being cancelled 20 years ago due to issues with the PS2 port. Second, PC-88 game Dios from developer Zanesoft was rediscovered and put online as well. Next, an English version of PS2 game Kayana has been found and preserved after the original was released 20 years ago. And finally, a load of development discs related to the work of video game musician Dave Lowe, also known as Uncle Art, are currently being preserved online for the very first time. Here's a picture. That's a lot of floppy right there. Just one English language fan translation was completed last month, and it was for Team Innocent, The Point of No Return on the PC FX. But yes, that's all for this episode, and if you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can via this Ko-fi link. And thanks to Wodezetz, Lorace and James for their kind donations last month. But thanks to everyone hearing these words for watching, of course, and please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, click the bell to be notified of new videos, and make sure you have a great new year.
The money is merely a token